Alright, 今日は何曜日? It's 木曜日. Today is Thursday, February 9th, 2023. Reporting from Pacifica, California, 12 miles south of San Francisco, California. The weather has been 43 low and then 63-ish Fahrenheit. So spring is here, almost here. Medaka Metal style. The metal in Medaka today is Onmyo's a Japanese band. This album's from 2018. Yes. Before, okay, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. I gotta tell you, man, when you get old, the older and older you get. I've been back from Tokyo, Japan for 6 days now, and I'm still jet lagged. And I'm still in nowhere's land, but let me take a real quick sip. The best beer of the day is the beer that I'm sitting on my knees right now, and I made a huge mistake because my knee's starting to hurt. And the best cure for pain is beer. So kanpai chinjin chayo. Real quick sip. Oh boy. All right, getting my thought together. What I'm going to do today is I unpacked. It took me like 4 days to unpack stuff for my luggage, and got a whole bunch of like Medaka goods while I was in Japan. I spending tons of time with my 16-month-old nephew, my sister's little boy, and didn't really have time to go looking at, I don't know, stores and stuff. But what I did end up doing was asking my sister to take me online. Take me online, that's a weird way of saying it. And just buying random stuff at night while we're drinking after the baby was asleep. So that is what I'm going to do. I got random stuff that I find interesting, and hopefully this will be worth all you Medaka heads while. All you boys and gals out there, Medaka Metal style. Let me take another sip again to ease the pain on the knee. By the way, I only use this so I could, when I start this, YouTube, I know what day it is, I know what the temperature is and all that, so I'm just going to put this aside. I used to write it, or type it up on a piece of paper, but then I figure I'll just like write it with a magic eraser pen or whatever on a whiteboard, and it became easy. So this is everything here is purchased online. Like I said, so Tokyo, it's Japan, it's wintertime, right? So I was walking my mom's dog. Join is 15 and a half years old now, but I used to walk him every single time I was in Japan at my mom's place. This time I was staying at my sister's, and I was expecting to see more Medaka just randomly outside of people's homes and stuff, which I did not at all. So it seems like Medaka in Japan is a lot more popular outside of Tokyo. So the more south you go, it seems like the boom is there. And not too much, again, it could be a seasonal thing, but that was my observation. I didn't really bump into any Medakas just walking around in the neighborhood. This was like the neighborhood that I spent about 3.5 weeks was, 3 miles south of Shinjuku. Shinjuku's like, it's bigger than Shibuya now. So, all right. So, you got this online. I always wanted this. This is from Goto Medaka. He produces these. These are stainless steel. It's pretty awesome. I don't know if you could tell what this is by looking at it, but so this, when you're making this, all right, this is basically a spawning mop, right? And this is where, typically in Japan, you float this on the top of your pond or your tub or your aquarium, and this is where the Medakas lay all the eggs. There's another variation which is like this. You use tulle. Tulle is a fabric material. You see them used on dresses, the frills, right? And you float this on top, and the medakas lay eggs. So this clever device right here makes it easy for you to make things. So this is just like scrub pads, right? There's about 4 of them. You insert this in here. Okay, if I could get it in. And now all you have to do is get a knife and just cut this. So instead of making these individually, like this with scissors, now you can make 4 at a time. So pretty awesome, right? Now, for this tool that I used to make manually using this template right here, it's just cardboard. Just wrap around the ribbon, the tool, and then you put this fastener, right? And you tighten it up and then you turn it into a ball. Well, this, right here. So now you just have to wrap around the tool, fasten the middle here, and you tie it up. And then once you tie it up, you just kind of make it into this korodama ball. That's what they call it, korodama ball. So I haven't used this yet just because the season is not there, but this is going to be an awesome tool so that I can make these a lot easier. Instead of 1 by 1, I could make, multiples of 4 at a time. And it'll be a lot more consistent, right? This one, I kind of eyeballed it. It's pretty consistent, but you could tell how this is a lot narrower than this, right? So, all right. Tell me if I am taking way too long. Let me just take a real quick sip. My knee is killing me. All right. So, a couple other items that these are all acrylic. Let me just open them up. These are side viewing observation containers. And there are different grades of acrylic. And this again is produced by Goto Medaka-san in Japan. Goto Medaka. Oh, this one's awesome because the one that I had before was just like matte color. This one has a cool reflection. Cool. So this is a side view observation. They call it yokomi. So when you want to examine the medakas, you put them in here, and you can study them to figure out, like, it's used when you're trying to find the best parents, right, for future breeding, not breathing. And the unique part of this one right here, so I don't know if you can see, but you see how the opening is bigger, right? So you could easily pour the medaka in here, and because it's pretty narrow here, it only fits my finger, right? You won't have too much of the movement. They're going to kind of pose for you, where if you want to take pictures, it's easier. And again, look at the thickness of this acrylic. It's pretty awesome. So again, this is by Goto Medaka again. This one and this one, this comes in a black and white. Take the sticker out. So this one, you don't have that narrow bottom with a wide top, but it's a little bigger. You have the white back and you have the black back based on what kind of medaka that you're observing or wanting to take pictures. And this is, again, this is high quality acrylic. And if you could see here, I don't know if this is going to focus. Yes. You see this line right here? How the acrylic is glued or connected together in this 45-degree angle. okay, which makes it optimal from the front. The side, you don't see the glue, right, sticking over here. If you have acrylic sticking like this per se, right, when you move it like this, you won't see it here, but you'll see this portion of it in the front. But because they have it connected in a 45-degree angle right here, you get the optimal view. Awesome. It's the total clarity is quality stuff. Quality stuff is in. Hopefully, I don't scratch the crap out of this. So hopefully, I don't drop it. All right. So this one's is super cheap, but I just had to pick it up just because it was like $3, I think, and same idea. This isn't made for the Medaka. It's made for larger fish, but you basically put the fish in here. And the cool thing about this is on the bottom, it has a measure, the length in centimeters. So as you're observing your specimen, you could kind of gauge how big they are. So I got this thing. Hopefully this isn't boring. Let me see. This case right here, I got it from the dollar store called Sideview in Japan. Sideview and Daiso is like the two major dollar stores in Japan. This is specifically for the Medaka, and it's a good size. This is like 70 cents. Okay, plastic. It has this matte black in the back where you put the water here, and this is made for taking pictures of Medakas. I don't know if you could see, but once I start using these, I'll on future videos, I will, when I'm actually using these, I'll kind of showcase how they actually work, or yeah, how they look in nature, right, with the Medakas in here. So 70 cents. Can't beat that. Again, this is not acrylic. This is just plastic, but 70 cents. Let me see. This I found randomly at a local dollar store by my sister's place, close to Shinjuku. And again, this is 70 cents. The container that I've been using that I get from Daiso, the plastic is not as thick as this and not as clear as this. So I got a few of these to use. They're called mushikago case in Japan. Mushikago is like you put insects in here, right? But this works great for just like daily use, you know? All right. I think that's it. Woo. Hold on. Let me grab my beer. I'm using this stand so I'm not shaking, but it does no good when I'm hitting it. So let me just take a real quick sip. Kanpai Chinchin Chayo. Oh boy. I'm out of... Let me just crack open a new one. Okay. Judas Priest painkiller. It works for the knee, I think. Okay. Here, right here, another item from Sideview, a dollar store in Japan. These are just standard bowls. These are 70 cents each. This was made for Medaka purposes. So you have a lot of bowls over here that you could use, but most of them are gloss finish. This one is matte black. So when you are sampling them from the top or when you're taking pictures, you don't get the glare from the sun. And this is one of the most popular Medaka goods that you can find at Sideview in Japan. So I got... The problem is right now it's not Medaka season, so these dollar stores that actually make a lot of products for Medakas, they don't have them in stock. So I just bought whatever they had left. They had 4, so I bought all 4. If they had more, I would have purchased more. So This is what these are. They're just bowls. But they're awesome. They're not gloss black. Before I get to some food, this I'm not going to use for my medakas. These are just filters, right? When you look on YouTube, a lot of people that have or that keep goldfishes use these filters. And I think the reason why people use these filters, they're from the same company. No, they're not, sorry. These are from the same company, different size, small, medium. And this is from Shisaku. Pretty much the same construction. But the upper end, the top end, it's shaped a little different, right? This is Shisaku. This is GX. They're both about $3.60. So these are both size S. You could probably use these on probably like up to like a 5-gallon aquarium. But if you watch YouTube, everybody in Japan uses one or the other, and it's just something that I just wanted to have. And again, this is the same thing but medium size. Shisaku GX brand. Sorry if I'm like rushing through this. My knee is killing me, so the beer just ain't doing it. So if I had something about like 12%, is this focusing? But this one over here was, the medium size was about $4.25 each. Pretty awesome deal. Nothing special. Nothing groundbreaking, but it's just, it has the look of the Japanese. So I know I get influenced by a lot of stuff that I see on YouTube. And this is a result of me buying random stuff online in Japan. What is this? This is from Daiso. They don't have this in the U.S. Daiso. So in the U.S. Daiso, they have stores in California, Texas, and New Jersey, and I think they're expanding. But for now, those are the only 3 states. I could get a lot of this stuff locally here in San Francisco Daiso, but this is an item that they don't have. This is all $1 each. And what is this? When I was making before I left, it was pouring like crazy right here in California when it was raining every day. And I was like, man, I got to make an overflow system. And I was drilling holes and I was getting these tapes, right, with these meshes to go over the hole, right? So they're all individually cut. So all I'm going to have to do is drill a hole. There's tape around here. And this is actual mesh that allows air to flow through. So I think I pretty much got a lifetime supply of these for my use. And this is something that I was like really looking forward to get. Something really small, but something really handy. And finally got these. So I'm going to be drilling holes on every single tub that I have outdoor now that I have this. It's easy access. Okay. Let's go to the food. I've been using Hikari, Hikari no Mai, Hikari Dance, since the day I kind of started. But I always wanted to try this just because this product by JPD got really popular in Japan about 1.5 years ago. And I think a lot of the breeders started using this. This is the smallest pack that they have. Prior to this, they only made like something that was 5 times the size of this. It was impossible for people at home to just, go through. They were basically created for people that have Medaka farms. So this is for summer standard use. When you look at the protein level, when you look at the fat level, you have 54% protein, 10% fat. So this is definitely not for the cooler seasons like winter time. This, same thing by JPD. I looked at the ingredients and they're pretty much the same, but this is smaller granules. So you could give these to, these are for adults and these are for the smaller, not fry size, but just the smaller juveniles, right? It goes perfect with my porno. Well, that's what people keep on like. Ever since college, I had red leather couches, and I don't know. They just referred to it as a porno couch, and it goes well with that. So I just noticed. Let me just take a real quick sip. It's totally camouflaged. Awesome. I'm going to leave you there. I'll leave you here. This is from a different brand. Wasabi. This is not cheap. Compared to the other foods. I mean, look how small this thing is. It's for hariko. Hariko is like right when they're born. So it's powder like. And this thing over here is like $10. And in Japan, Medaka food is cheap. But to pay $10 USD for this little package here. So I'm going to test it out, or I always wanted to try it. So I'll be using that this season to see how it compares with everything else that I've been using. Again, I've been using the Kyorin Hikari products. So is there anything else? Yes. Just all the magazines. These are just Medaka magazines that I picked up online. Thank you, my sister. I don't know. These, like, you see these on Instagram. A lot of Japanese people, Medaka enthusiasts, still have these sitting on the end of these containers. This is an NV box. I actually bought this 2 years ago, and it wouldn't. My suitcase maxed out, so I left it at my mom's. And this one I just picked up. This one, yeah, this blue one. I wish now they have the gray color. I wanted to get the gray color, but I just couldn't find them. They weren't available online. That was convenient, so I'm just bringing this. Something I bought 2 years ago, but what you'll see is on Instagram and stuff, you'll see people with Medaka tubs with these cats fishing. And at the end of this, you see this red bowl. So the Medakas will kind of, they'll think it's something floating, and they'll come and they'll pick at it. And where you get these, it's these machines. They have tons of these machines in Japan, where you put in money and you basically, you call it the gacha gacha. Gacha gacha. It's basically the way it sounds. When you turn that machine, it goes gacha gacha, and then you get this capsule, right? And in this capsule, you get these individually. So I bought a few. I opened one, and I'll open the rest when, I don't know, when I'm bored or something like that. But I bought 4, and this was the first one that I got. And there's about 5 different, actually about 5. So I got this one right here, the first box. And hopefully I'll get different ones, and not duplicates, but it's kind of stuff that when you geek out on something, you get into this, like, This is not food. Yes. But I'm not sure if this warning is to us humans or it's telling the medakas that this is not food, so don't try to eat it. I'm still trying to figure that out, and I don't know. All right, so I think that is it for today. Oh, there's one more. I think my knee is bleeding. This thing right here. It holds about a gallon and a half, close to that. It's just a glass. Thick glass. The back of this it's not black, it's smoked black, so you can still see through it. This thing is like, it's probably like $13 USD. And I brought it back in my suitcase and was like, if it cracks, it cracks, but it's pretty thick, right? Look. So I brought it home. It didn't crack, thank God, but it's like for 13 bucks if it does crack. It's cool, but Jex. I don't know what I'm going to be using this for, but it's just awesome, man. The quality is so awesome right here. Again, this was made for Medaka to appreciate and observe the Medaka from the side view and not the top. They have a top view version of this where it's about this height, but it has the front is longer, basically. But it's pretty heavy, so. All right, thank you very much, gracias, for tuning in to Medaka Metal. Let me see. Instagram is where I can be found at Medaka Metal. Thank you very much, gracias, for checking this stream or program out. And if you have any questions, hit me up. I'm still not used to this YouTube thing, so down below there's comments and all that, and I will read every single one of them, and I will, if there's a question, I will respond to every single one of them if I have the answer to it. And again, like everybody, you know, it's just having fun and just trial and error and trying things out. Whatever I post in the future, if I find out that if it's not working, I'll make sure I mention that, look, I tried this, I mentioned this, but I'm not going to do this anymore because it just didn't work. So hopefully everybody is enjoying their Medaka life and all that stuff. So we'll do it again next time. Next time, I should be back to California Standard Time without the jet lag. Come by Ginger Jail. All right, Medaka Metal out.